Okay, so over here, let's analyze. Let's analyze. We're going to start. Okay, let's analyze what should we change, okay? We have sine square y here. We have cosine 2y here. We have cosine y. Okay, look at this equation. I'm going to write out the equation. Sine square y plus 2 cosine 2y equals to 2 cosine y. So let's analyze first. Cosine y, definitely I cannot change anything. So the only thing I can change is I change sine square y, I can change cosine 2y. So since I cosine y cannot change, it means that I need to keep these two terms. If I want to change them, I need to change them to be in terms of cosine y. Okay? So this, my cosine 2y, I have actually three formulas that I can choose, right? Cosine 2a, I actually have three identity that I can change. But because we already know that we want this equation to be in terms of cosine y, so we're going to use the middle one. We're going to use the middle one. Change it to 2 cosine square a minus 1. Something blocking the camera. Something blocking the camera? Where? I can see leh. Can everyone see my question? All good? Is the screen okay? So someone said something blocking the camera. That means he's trying to be funny, is it? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, good. So I'm going to change cosine 2y to be 2 cosine square y minus 1. At the same time, this one I want to change it to cosine square y. So this I will change to 1 minus cosine square y. This cosine 2y I will put plus 2 bracket. This one I will change to 2 cosine square y minus 1. And this one remain the same. So let's open up. So we have 1 minus cosine square y. Rainbow this. I have plus 4 cosine square y minus 2. Bring this over. Minus 2 cosine y equals to 0. So let's simplify. These two terms is like terms. So it becomes minus 1 plus 4 means it's 3. So it becomes 3 cosine square y minus 2 cosine y. 1 minus 2, so it's minus 1 equals to 0. So now this is a quadratic equation whereby we need to solve cosine y. So we need to factorize this. So this is just like 3u square. This is like 3u square minus 2u minus 1 equals to 0. It's the same thing. So we go to factorize this. So factorize our 3u square minus 1 minus 2u. This is 3u and u. 1, 1. Because I want minus 2, so that means this is minus. This is plus. So we have minus 3u here. This is plus u. So this is correct, and this is correct. So in this case, for this factorize, I will have 3 cosine y plus 1 cosine y minus 1 equals to 0. Yes, I let cosine y be u. The second line, is it factorize the 2 cosine 2y? No, it's not factorized. I use the identity to change the double angle. Here, cosine 2a. I use the cosine 2a is equals to 2 cosine square a minus 1. This is the identity, the double angle. Okay. Maybe it's your camera dirty, is it? Okay, so Oh, I think I know what you mean. Ta-da. I think it's like that. Okay, I think now can already. Right? Okay, so now let's solve this. So this means that cosine y is equals to negative 1/3 or cosine y is equals to 1. So cosine y equals to 1, if I draw the cosine graph, where is the 1? The 1 is 0 and 360. So y is 0 degree and 360 degree. And the next thing is I want to check whether 0 and 360, whether is it within the within range. So look over here, you see the equal, it means that 0 and 360 is included. If there's no equal here, that means you will reject these two. But since you're equal here, that means I'm going to accept these two. Okay, so now let's solve this one. So how am I going to solve this? Okay, I'm going to do it here. No space. I draw it, put here. So cosine y equals to minus 1/3. This is negative. Cosine negative is in the second and third quadrant. So let's find our basic angle first. So you will do cosine inverse. Remember, when you find basic angle, you do not take the negative. The negative only tells me which quadrant I'm in. Basic angle always cosine inverse the positive value. So in the end, we will have 70.528 degree. So second quadrant, so my y will be equals to 180 degree minus 70.528. Third quadrant will be 180 plus the basic. Wait. Okay, plus the basic. In the end, I will get, what's this? Let me see. 109.472 degree and 250.528 degree. Okay, and for angles and its degree, you round off to 1 dp. So it's 109.5 and 250.5. Good. So every time always write out one final line to let the teacher see what's the value that you accept. So my y will have 0 and then 109.5 and then 250.5 and then finally 360. Put them in ascending order. Okay, so this is how you solve this equation. So let me just give you again a brief explanation again. So over here, this equation, how do I know that I use my cosine 2y to change to cosine? Because these three terms here, cosine y is single trigo. That means it's to the power of 1. I cannot change this. So if I cannot change this, I can only change these two, right? So it means that I want to change my sine square y to become in terms of cosine. So I will put this. No, I cannot use correction tape. Okay. Now it's not my IGCSE or it's not my O-level, so I use correction tape. But during exam, you all cannot use correction tape. Then this cosine 2y, I have 3 identity to change, right? So I will change it to in terms of cosine as well. So that's how I change the whole thing into in terms of cosine. So it become a quadratic equation solving cosine y. So this is the same as 3u squared minus 2u minus 1 equals to 0. It's easier to see from here. Then I factorize it, I get this. So I have 3u plus 1 and u minus 1. So of course, because I know my u is actually cosine y, so it means it's 3 cosine y plus 1, cosine y minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so cosine y equals to minus 1/3. This is how I solve it. Cosine y negative is in the second and third quadrant. Find the basic angle. So basic angle, you have to cosine inverse the positive value. So that's why you see 1/3 here only. Then after that, you can use calculator to factorize, yes, but during exam, just do the working. because this is actually part of your working. We all know that we always use calculator. But during exam, it's better to just show the teacher that, oh, you use cross method. Okay, so let me continue. After I find my basic angle, because I know that my y will be in the second and third quadrant, so my y in the second quadrant is 180 minus basic. Third quadrant is 180 plus basic. So therefore, you will have these two answers. Okay, and now cosine y equals to 1. So cosine y equals to 1 is extreme value. Don't need to use the basic angle. So by cosine graph, we know that 1 happens at the start, at the ending. And that is the 0 degree as well as the 360. So straight away, you know that y is equals to 0 and 360. Okay? And therefore, we have our 4 answer. So put them nicely in ascending order so that the teacher, when the teacher mark, oh, okay, then easily can just mark a tick, okay? When you write neatly, the teacher also have a good mood marking your paper. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 2. This one a bit tricky, this one. Okay. So they say solve the equation blah blah blah. So I'm going to write out the equation first. So 3 cosecant square x sine x equals to 5 cosine x excuse me, plus 5 sine x. So what I did here is I just rainbow the 5 in. So again, I cannot do anything to these two. Okay, I know I can change the cosecant. So let's take a look at the identity and see what we can play around with. So my cosecant square over here, you can see that cosecant square can change to cotangent square. So let's see whether we can change the right hand side to become in terms of cotangent. So this one, sine x, I can bring it over. So it becomes 3 cosecant square x equals to 5 cosine x over sine x, 5 sine x over sine x. So actually what I did was I divide by sine x. I bring the sine x over. So 5 cosine x divided by sine x, 5 sine x divided by sine x. So now this one cosine x over sine x. Now this one become 5 cotangent x. This one become 5. This one we can change it. So I'm going to use this identity. So cosecant square A change to 1 plus cotangent square. So this one will become 1 plus cotangent square x. Okay, so let's rainbow. So we have 3 plus 3 cotangent square x equals to 5 cotangent x plus 5. So this time round, it is a quadratic equation solving cotangent x. So everything throw to the left hand side. So I have 3 cotangent square x minus 5 cotangent x plus 3 minus 5 equals to 0. So simplify 3 cotangent square x minus 5 cotangent x minus 2 equals to 0. This is again the same thing like 3u square minus 5u minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, where u is equals to our cotangent x. Okay, so same, I'm going to do our cross method. So we will have 3u square minus 2 minus 5u. 3u and u, this one, let's see. We will have minus 2 here. This is 1. So this is plus. So we will have minus 6u plus u. Check, check, check. So in the end, we will have 3 cotangent x plus 1 and cotangent x minus 2 equals to 0. So far, okay? So now next is, we're going to say, okay, So we will know that 3 cotangent x plus 1 equals to 0 or cotangent x minus 2 equals to 0. And we will have cotangent x equals to minus 1/3. Cotangent, third letter is a T. T means it's tangent. So we know that is tangent x equals to flip. So it becomes minus 3. This one will be cotangent x equals to 2. So tangent x will be equals to flip. 2 over 1 flip will be half. So we're going to solve these two separately. Please don't reject minus 3 for tangent. Only sine and cosine have a cap at 1 and minus 1. Tangent has infinite. Okay, before I continue here, sit here. What I did was, I divide by sine x throughout. I divide by sine x throughout. Why? Because I look at the identity, we know that we can change our cosecant square to become cotangent. And when I know that I divide by sine, my cosine x can become cotangent. And when I divide by sine, this one can become a number. What thing plus 3? Is it not plus 3? Why is it plus 3? (3u times u is 3u squared. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Cross over minus 6u, cross over plus u. Plus u plus negative 6 is negative 5. So over here, 3u plus 1. So it's 3 cotangent x plus 1. This is u minus 2. So it's cotangent x minus 2. Flip. I only flip. But the negative still remain. So why is it that you have to change it to 3? Flip only. Never change the negative. It is still negative. Flip means A become, the numerator become denominator, denominator become numerator only. You are not multiplying by negative. Okay, so now let's solve this. So this one, okay, take note. In this situation, you see this question, there's a slight difference whereby you see this, say, giving the principal value of x and they mention radian also. So two things. Radian, that's one thing you need to know. Second, principal values of x. So what does principal value of x means? Principal values means the first value. You don't need to go through the basic angle and find out the quadrants. Straight away, you will just do, okay, my x is equals to tangent inverse negative 3. Okay, in this case, we do not find the basic angle. You just straight away do the inverse, whatever value is here. That's called the principal value. So you do not find the basic angle and find other quadrants. Take note. Principal value is the first value. Straight away, tangent inverse, whatever value is here. So this one give me negative 1.2490. So round off to 3SF, negative 1.25. Okay, radian. And this is 3SF. Here, so my x straight away, tangent inverse half. And the first value that it give me is 0.46364. So round off to 3SF, 0.464. 3SF. And we are done. Yes, use negative 3 because it is principal value. Principal value is you just tangent inverse whatever the trigo value. Because it's principal value, so you do not use basic angle. Take note. Okay. So we are done with question number 2. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Okay, so now let's take a look at this question number 3. So I already see someone shouting and asking and requesting for tangent graph. I'm going to talk about it in a while, so please be patient. So this part A, they already draw the tangent graph. Okay, the good news is tangent graph in O level, you are not expected to draw for the shift. This is a shifted up graph. Okay, but of course, when they give you a graph, they already draw for you. You need to know how to get all the you need to know how to get the A, the B, and the C. Later part, we will have one whereby you need to draw the tangent 3x. Okay, later I show you how to draw the tangent 3x. For now, we need to identify what is our A, B, C. Okay, so now let's take a look over here. Here, plus C is the shift. So look at your tangent graph. Tangent graph by right start from 0. You see that now it's not start from 0, it has a 3 here. So actually the graph is shifted up by 3. Okay, so my C is equals to 3. Okay, so I'm going to put a remark here. Actually, in doing exam, since it's already O level, so you can just give a little bit more explanation how you get your C equals to 3. It's like, okay, because it start from 3 at x equals to 0. See, x equals to 0 is 3. So we know that it is shifted up by 3. Therefore, C is equals to 3. Understand? This is the explanation. Not necessary for you to write the explanation. This is 3 mark, 1, 2, 3 marks. Okay? But I'm putting it here so that you know what I mean. Okay, now let's take a look at the B. B is here. B is related to the period. Okay? Related to the period. So, how do you know what is the period? Okay, to find out what is your first asymptote. Okay? My first asymptote is pi over 2, correct? Okay? So, first asymptote is pi over 2. It means that one cycle will be this one times 2. So, it is pi. So, that means my period is equals to pi. Okay, so now the question is, how do you calculate period? Period is the formula for tangent only. Tangent only. Okay? Sine and cosine is, we always take 2 pi divided by the number in front of the x. That's for sine and cosine. For tangent is, you have to take pi divided by the number in front of it. For this case, the number here is the b, right? So period formula is pi divided by b. And in this case, I know my period is pi. So therefore, I will know that I say pi over b is equals to pi. So b pi equals to pi. So therefore, my b is equals to 1. Okay? First asymptote is this one. This pi over 4 is showing you that at pi over 4, the value is 5. So this pi over 4 is not the asymptote. The asymptote is this one. You see the graph? Touching but not touching, right? Very close to it but never touch. So the asymptote is this pi over 2. Okay, don't get confused by this pi over 4. This one is, they want to tell you pi over 4, the amplitude, I mean the y value is 5. Okay, so now how about the A? Okay, A is here, A is the amplitude. The first asymptote times 2. Later you will know why is it that I times 2. Because one period or one cycle has only one asymptote. And the asymptote is in the middle. So since my first asymptote is at pi over 2, so that means times 2, that means that will be my one cycle. Okay, for those who want to recap on sine graph, cosine graph, tangent graph, I did it a few weeks ago. Can't remember which day. Okay, you can just go to my bio, click on the link, go to my Y channel, go under my video, go and search for trigo graph. I believe you can see. Okay, so now A is the amplitude. So where is the amplitude? Where is the amplitude? That's okay. Amplitude is at the half of the asymptote. You see here, pi over 2 was your first asymptote, correct? So when you divide by 2, it's pi over 4. So you see the pi over 4, it go up, is 5. This 5. So the amplitude is actually 5 minus 3. So you will put here. So my explanation is at pi over 4, my y is 5. Okay, and at 0, okay, maybe I should put x. At x equals to pi over 4, y is 5. At x equals to 0, my y is equals to 3. So therefore, the amplitude is equals to 5 minus 3, which is 2. So therefore, my A is equals to 2. Okay? So this is how you do this question. Okay, let's take a look. But you're not expected, you are not required to know how to draw tangent graph shifted. Okay, but they will come out, tangent graph with different period and different amplitude, but there will be not any shift. Okay, now let's draw this y equals to tangent 3x, but add a little bit to the question because I want to draw for, okay, add and say that draw for x from minus 120 degree to 120 degree. Okay, so let's analyze. First, let's find out what is amplitude. Amplitude is a number in front of tangent. In this case, it's just 1. Okay, next, the period. Remember just now I mentioned for tangent graph, the period is take 180 divide. If they do not state the range. No, Jovan, they will definitely state the range. This question, my team member forget to put the range. They will definitely state a range for you to draw. Okay, but the actual question actually asks to draw from 0 to maybe 120. But because I want to show you how I'm going to draw on the negative side, that's why I changed a little bit. I asked to draw for minus 120 to 120. Okay, so now my period, I will have to take 180 degree, divide by the number in front of the x. In this case is 3. So therefore, one period is 60 degree. Okay, so that's all the information you need. Okay, so now let's draw our tangent graph. Because I need to draw minus, so I need to draw my y-axis in the middle. So I'm going to draw, I use pen, but of course in actual exam, I'm going to use pencil. Okay, vertical line. Maybe I draw too big, slightly shorter. If not, later I faint. Okay, so then after that, middle. Okay, let's draw the usual right-hand side first. Let's draw our usual right-hand side. Tangent graph does not have amplitude though. No, tangent graph has. I will show you where is the amplitude. Tangent graph does not have maximum, but it has amplitude. Okay, so this is y and this is x. So, see, period is 60 degree. Okay, what you need to do is, period is 60 degree. The first asymptote is take the period, divide by 2. So, it's 30 degree. So, over here, mark 30 degree. This is my first asymptote. So, asymptote, you draw dotted line, vertical dotted line. And this will be my 60 degree. So, you see, one cycle. I will post the live replay on my Y channel, the Y channel, YouTube channel. You will just, but the replay will only be uploaded either tomorrow or Friday. Okay, but you can definitely see all my past TikTok live on the YouTube channel already. So we might see here, my period is 60 degrees. Half of it is the first asymptote. Okay, that is why, yes, one asymptote is half the period. That is why, just now over here, my first asymptote is pi over 2, right? So the period is just times 2. Can? Understand why just now the part A, my period is just times 2? I think have lah. I think I did indices before. You can try to see the YouTube channel. Okay. So now, yes, merry-go-round. Merry-go-round. Okay. Huh? Scold you? I haven't even scold anything. Hello. Okay. I never say anything. Why you say scold? I think the person got 幻想症. Okay. Never mind. Let's continue. So, after we draw the first asymptote, okay, this is how you draw the graph. Tangent graph start from 0. Then you just draw, go up. Then you touch. You cannot pass through the asymptote. Go very near but cannot pass through, okay? Yeah, delusional, correct. Sure, but I usually don't touch the curve. I never touch, Where got touch? Wow, I got touch, meh? Hey, don't accuse me, Okay, now over here, this side will be, you draw very near, but it doesn't touch, So you see, I'm done with one cycle. Wait, okay. I already did polynomial. Not sure, can't remember today got polynomial or not. Anyway, again, same thing. Go to my YouTube channel, search polynomial. Under my video, type polynomial. I believe there will be a lot of videos, So, see, here, see here, I'm going to show you where you're going to draw the amplitude. Here, the first asymptote, half of it, so it's at 15 degrees. You dot up. Here, over, this will be the amplitude. In this case, my amplitude is 1, so you put a 1 here. That's all for one cycle. Tangent graph is in the syllabus of O-level, but they seldom test tangent graph. But it still came out, it still came out before. So you still have to, today I don't think I'm doing circle question. You still have to know how to draw tangent graph. So you see, I'm done with one cycle. But they asked me to draw from minus 120 to 120. So here, I only draw up to 60, right? So I need to draw one more cycle. So all you need to do is, another asymptote, it will be at 90 degrees. How I know it's 90? Because this is 30, right? 60 plus 30 is 90. So now I'm going to draw the... this one a bit out of... So my second asymptote will be here. So here, exactly the same. So it will be like that. Okay. And then over here, I need to draw my 120. 120 around here. So this one will be this one. Hoi. Amplitude is the number in front of the tangent. In this case, my amplitude is 1. So it means that if, let's say, the question changed and put a 2 in front, that means your amplitude is 2, right? So if the amplitude is 2, it's still at, your period is still 60 degrees. It means 15 degrees, go up. Then here you could put a 2. This is to show the amplitude. The 1 is to show the amplitude. So if today the amplitude is 2, that means here in front is a 2, the amplitude is 2, that means here you have to put it's a 2. The period is 180 divided by the number of here. Okay, so now we need to draw the negative side. The 1 is to show the amplitude. Ayo. Okay. Okay, so now over here, I will have minus 30. And then after that, minus 60. And my asymptote is also at minus 30. In other words, this one is like mirror lah, sorry, not mirror. It's not mirror. I mean as in the x-axis is mirror, but the graph is not mirror. So this one you just continue, okay? So you'll be like that. And then after this one will be like that. Okay? And then we continue. Minus 60. So next one is minus 90. This one is the asymptote. Then we have minus 120. So this side is minus 120 degree. So that means the next asymptote is at minus 90. So then you continue to draw. Okay, continue to draw. Yes, merry-go-round. Yes, someone answer. Well done, Fauzi. Oh, Fauzi he also is a maths teacher. Correct. Only sine graph and cosine graph has a limit. Which is if your amplitude is 1, the max is 1, the minimum is -1. Tangent graph actually go infinity up. Okay, but of course we no need to draw infinity. How to draw infinity? You just draw that it's very close to asymptote but cannot touch asymptote. Okay, so I repeat, for tangent graph, in O-level, they only expect you to know how to draw for different amplitude, different period. They will not ask you to draw shift graph. Okay, shifted tangent graph is this one. This one is shifted up by 3. Okay, they never ask you to draw. They only ask you to find out what is the value only. So that's a different thing. So over here, I repeat. So this one, amplitude is the number in front of the tangent, so it's 1. For period, you need to take note, it is different from sine and cosine. For period, for sine and cosine, you take 360 degree, divide by the number. But this one is tangent, so it's 180 degree, divide by the number. So I know that, okay, my period is 60 degree. Okay, so 60 degree is here. The first asymptote is half of 60 degrees. So at a 30 degree, you draw the asymptote. Then after that, you draw then the period 60. So this is actually one cycle. So this is one cycle. Then in one cycle, you need to show your amplitude. So the amplitude is the first asymptote, half of it, which is 15 degree for this situation, up, and over, and show what is the y value. The y value is 1 is because your amplitude is 1. So if let's say this one is 2 tangent 3x, means your amplitude is 2, then you need to change this to 2 as well. Okay, so this question, I make it a little bit difficult by asking to request to draw from minus 120 to 120. Okay, not the usual one. Usually you always see 0 to 360 or 0 to 120, right? But this case, I draw this one. Why? I can't remember which paper, but I remember one of the paper requested to draw for negative. Then students don't know how to draw. So that's why I wanted to show you, if you want to draw for negative, how do you do, okay? So you just repeat the same thing on this side, Okay, and of course, after you draw, please anywhere in the graph, just stated that this is y is equals to tangent 3x. Label your graph. Although here got a lot of curve so you just put y equals to tangent 3x there. The shift only have for sine graph and cosine graph. Shift, the horizontal shift doesn't, it's not in the syllabus for tangent graph. You still have to show the amplitude for tangent is because if your two, you see, okay, I explain this way. The amplitude simply means that your graph was become smaller or bigger, right? Okay, let's move on. I still have a lot of questions to cover. Okay, let's move on to question number, 4. Okay, got polynomial question. Just now somebody asked for polynomial question. Today got polynomial question. Tangent maximum is infinity. Amplitude is amplitude. Amplitude is how big, how stretched your graph is. So it's different thing, huh? Yeah, multiplier. That's a nice one. Okay. So now question number 4, polynomial. So they asked to factorize fx equals to blah blah blah. Okay, I need to highlight on one thing. I know a lot of students, when you ask you to factorize the cubic, I know you all press calculator lah, Yes, possible. If they ask you to draw tangent, negative, then you just flip lor. It's just mirror down only ma. It's just like this one is going up, then flip is like that lor. Here will go up, then it's like that lor. So it's just mirror. Okay, so polynomial, yes, please I know you all press calculator, then you all just put into the 3 bracket. It's 3 marks leh. If you put like that, if you put in that way, you won't get your full 3 marks. So calculator can only help. My student also the same thing lah. Then I always nag at them. I say, hello, you think I want to give you 3 marks like that? I even will consider if I want to give you 1 mark. Okay? So now, so we all know that we can key calculator for the cubic and find one value. Yes, Joven. So over here, cubic equation, my calculator and your calculator might not be the same. So please know how to key your calculator. Don't ask me how to key yours. You can Google how to key yours. Okay, equation, my one, cubic is number 4. So I key in 2, -7, 9, and -3. So this one a little bit different. Usually when you key in, you will see 3 numbers. Okay, you will see 3 numbers. But you see this, I get half. Then you suddenly see, I. Don't panic. I see another I. Don't panic. It simply tells you that you only have 1 real root and then two imaginary roots. Okay? But, so that means in this case, you can only choose one to do the first step. Understand? So, half means that my bracket will be 2x minus 1. So you will say, okay, I'm going to try 2x minus 1. A bit fake, right? But yeah, this is the step. So using factor theorem, so I'm going to sub f half. So sub into here, so you will have 2 half cube minus 7 half square plus 9 half minus 3. So you get 0. So you will have to say, see here, therefore 2x minus 1 is a factor of fx. And please spell out the theorem, which is called factor theorem. And after this, you know that, oh, okay, my fx, I know one of the factor will be 2x minus 1. So how about my quadratic factor over here? Okay, to get the quadratic minus mark, because you're supposed to tell us why is it a factor. It's because you're using factor theorem. Okay, why am I, this was why 这样wait. Feel very awkward. It says slanted. Okay. Okay, so how to get this quadratic factor? We have to use the long division. Yeah, you definitely will be blocked. My moderator will definitely block those people who ask me to go faster. You go faster, you faster swipe away also lah. So let's do our long division. So we have 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 9x minus 3. Let's divide it by 2x minus 1. Okay. No, I'm factorizing this one. So this is my first factor. Now I want to find this one. So we have to do the long division. So what times 2x is 2x cubed? It will be x squared. Okay, so this one will be 2x cubed minus x squared. So minus with a bracket. So minus 7 plus 1 will give me minus 6x squared. This one bring down. So this is plus 9x. What times 2x give me minus 6x squared? It will be minus 3x here. So this one times this one minus 6x squared. This one times this one plus 3x. minus with a bracket 9 minus 3 equals to 6x and minus 3, okay? I'm revising all questions. I have many questions later. I still got questions behind. So if you are those students who are like very weak in polynomial, I'm not going to go in depth. Okay, you can just go to my YouTube channel and search under the video for polynomial. Okay, there will be more explanation there. But today, because I have many questions to cover, so I will not explain in depth. Factor theorem and remainder theorem actually is related lah. When you sub this in, you get 0. It means it is a factor. Why? Because there's 0 remainder. If you sub a number in, you get a 3. It means the remainder is 3. So actually, they are interchangeable lah. So over here, this one, the last one, what times 2x give me 6x is a positive 3. So this one will be 6x minus 3. And of course, my remainder must be 0 because this is a factor. So this one means that when I factorize this, I get 2x minus 1 and the quotient is here. So it is x squared minus 3x plus 3. And we cannot further factorize already because this one cannot factorize. So actually, this is the final answer for part A. Next, they ask you to determine the nature of the roots for fx equals to 0. Fx now currently is only a polynomial. So we will say for fx equals to 0, it means it will be the 2x minus 1, x squared minus 3x plus 3 equals to 0. So I will have 2x minus 1 equals to 0 or x squared minus 3x plus 3 equals to 0. So come back to here. So this is x is equals to half. Over here, if you press the calculator, you get imaginary roots. So how do we show what is the roots here? We use discriminant. B squared minus 4ac. This value here is 9 minus 12, which is negative 3. When my discriminant is less than 0, there is no real roots. So it means that this quadratic equation gives me no real roots. This linear equation gives me one root. So therefore, you will say that they ask you to determine the nature. So you will say that therefore, it has one real root and two imaginary roots. Okay? Yeah, because you're not asked to solve, unless they ask you to solve the equation. But in this case, you also cannot solve. Why? Because this one is no real roots. So they only ask you to determine the nature. So determine the nature means you either have to say that it is two real and distinct roots, two real and equal roots, and no real roots. So in this case, my discriminant is less than 0, so we say that it is no real roots. Because they ask you to state the nature of the roots. Okay, because they ask for nature, they never ask you to solve. This one also cannot use the general formula. Why? Because you put the general formula, you also cannot solve it because it is not real roots. You cannot even find the exact roots. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 5. You can only try and error. Try until you sub one x value to get 0 if you don't use calculator. Okay, come, let's do our question 5. So question 5, they say the equation of the curve is blah, blah, blah. The equation of the line is blah, blah, blah. So they say find the range of k for which the line does not intersect the curve. When they say the line does not intersect, we already know that our discriminant is less than 0. we're gonna do simultaneous equation for these two. So I will have x squared plus 4y squared equals to 20. So what I did was I just do simultaneous. This is y equals to k minus x. So I sub this into here. So I replace the y to become k minus x. So after that, you will have x squared plus 4. This one we will have the rainbow. So it becomes k squared minus 2kx plus x squared equals to 20. Okay? So after that, I need to rainbow out. I need to expand. So we will have x squared plus 4k squared minus 8kx plus 4x squared minus 20 equals to 0. So let's simplify. This one is like terms. So we have 5x squared minus 8kx plus 4k squared minus 20 equals to 0. When you equate the line is a curve and a line, not two lines. If it's two lines, it's only... Yeah, it looks like I got the flu like that. For the record, both my mom and my sister got COVID positive. I mean, I don't live with them, but I saw my mom last week. So I don't think I have it lah. But yeah. Okay. So over here, we will state what is our ABC. So when we do curve and a line, when we do the simultaneous, we are trying to so-called find the intersection point. But in terms of the code, it's in terms of because there's an unknown k here, so you will not end up a quadratic equation solving x. Okay, you will be having a quadratic equation that is not complete because there's an unknown k there, unknown k. So then this is a quadratic equation. Okay. When we solve like normal simultaneous, if we have 2x, it means that the line and the curve cuts at 2 points, correct? If we have 1x, it means that the line and the curve is a tangent, that means touch. If the line and the curve does not intersect each other, it means that it doesn't have any intersection point. So that's why we say that the discriminant is less than 0. Okay, so my A, thank you. Help me to pray that I will not get the COVID. Okay, I hope not. Okay, because now is the busy period. So A equals to 5 and I just leave the hospital. So I don't want to get another round of sickness. So B is equals to minus 8k. C is equals to 4k squared minus 20. So because we know that it does not intersect, discriminant is less than 0. Because we expect that when we solve this equation, we do not have any roots, you see. Or we do not have any real roots. So we know that its discriminant is less than 0. So you will say, does not intersect. So we expect that our discriminant is less than 0. So with this, we will say, okay, minus 8k squared, b squared minus 4ac less than 0. No, it's not 29. I think maybe you did something wrong. Okay, so let's rainbow up. Let's do our open up. We will get 64k squared minus 80k squared plus 400 less than 0. These two is like terms. I have minus 16k squared plus 400 less than 0. Okay, so take note. I know a lot of students has a tendency of bringing this over, but you must know that for quadratic inequality, you are not allowed to bring it to the right hand side. You're supposed to factorize it. Yes, discriminant less than 0 is no real roots. So before that, I'm going to divide by negative 16. And when you divide by negative, my inequality need to flip mouth. So now this one become k squared minus 25 more than 0. So this is a quadratic. So over here, I continue. So you need to factorize this. So this one is using the popular factorization method, which is the a square minus b square equals to a plus b, a minus b. Yes, you cannot bring over. Quadratic inequality cannot bring over, please. So this one become k plus 5 and k minus 5 more than 0. So with this quadratic inequality, you are supposed to draw the graphical method, which is just draw this happy face. You have minus 5 and 5 more than 0 is shade the corner. So therefore, k is less than negative 5. K less than negative 5 or k more than 5. Okay. So that will be for part A. Okay, merry-go-round, good that you learn now. If it's less than 0, yes. If it's less than 0, it's below the graph. It means that it will be k is between negative 5 and 5. Okay? Okay, now next. When k less than 0, find the coordinate of the point of contact for which the line is a tangent to the curve. So for a moment, people will get confused. Why they say k less than 0? Never mind. Sometimes you don't understand why is it that they give you this information. You just ignore first. Okay? Find the point of contact. That means find the point of intersection for the line is a tangent. Means line touch the curve. It's the same thing. It's just that the only difference is this one does not intersect. This one is a tangent. So this tells me that my discriminant is equals to 0. You don't have to repeat the whole thing. Don't need to repeat the whole thing. Because the first step is all the same. Up to here, it is all the same. So I just move down. Okay. You will just put, okay, this time around is because it is tangent. So my discriminant, is equals to 0. So again, you don't have to repeat the whole thing. Don't have to repeat the whole thing. Okay. So I just take, okay. So I know that the k square minus 25 will be equals to 0. This time around, it's an equation. You can bring the 25 over. So it's this. So in the end, my k is equals to 5 or negative 5. Then now, okay, I understand why they say k is less than 0. So that means you reject the positive one. So that means k is negative 5. Okay? Yes, tangents is considered equal roots. You are right. Okay? So after we know that our k is negative 5, they want you to find the point of contact. So it means that I'm supposed to do the simultaneous. Wait, let me see. Actually, I don't need to do simultaneous. Actually, let me see. Let me try. Wait. I think it's this one. No. So it's 5 minus 8 times negative 5. 4k squared. So it's 425. 100 minus 80. Yeah. Okay. So you see, I already know my k is 5, right? So you can actually sub back to so-called this equation. So now over here, I'm going to sub k equals to negative 5. I can solve the equation already. Solving this equation is the same thing like doing simultaneous of these two. I believe we mix lah. Most of it is from one paper, but when because I get my team member to go and check like what topics I already went through for the past life. So when it's repeated topic, then we actually find replacement question. So that's why if you notice that actually the topic did not overlap. Okay, so now over here, it means that it is 5x squared minus 8 minus 5x plus 4 minus 5 squared minus 20 equals to 0. So this quadratic equation becomes 5x squared plus 40x. This is 100 plus 80 equals to 0. So if you solve this, you will get x equals to minus 4. Only 1. you expect 1 only. Why? Because you know that it's tangent. There's only 1 point. So you expect only 1. Okay, maybe okay, I do the full working. If not, later you'll ask me, oh, what like that? Okay. So this is a quadratic equation. I'm going to divide by 5 throughout. So it becomes x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals to 0. So this is x plus 4 squared equals to 0. I get x equals to -4. Okay, I need to coordinate. So I need the y value as well. So I can use this one. Okay, you want to sub into here also can, but here is so complex, right? So I'm going to sub into here. So I'm going to sub into y is equals to -5 minus -4. -5 is because my k is -5. Okay, minus x. My x is -4. So therefore, I get -5 plus 4. So I get -1. Therefore, the point of intersection or the point of contact is -4 minus 1. Done. Okay, this one is a 9 marks question. It's not tough. It's just that a lot of students always get very confused with the quadratic discriminant. But it's actually a very not tough topic. Okay, so let's move on. The next one is linear law. So this one involves plotting graph. So linear law, they usually come out 2 types of question. Either one is the one without drawing graph, one is the one with graph. So today I'll be going through the one with the graph one. Wow, merry-go-round. And linear law is actually one topic that actually is pretty straightforward. So even if it's your enemy, go and master it. Okay. Same thing, you can go to my YouTube channel, go and search under video for linear law. Okay. You see the weightage here, 7 plus 4, 11 marks. Don't throw this 11 marks away because actually linear law is quite easy. Oh no, I never do permutation and combination because that one is not under O-level syllabus. Okay, so let's do it. So this is the non-linear form that they give me. Okay. And over here, you see, they tell me that draw a straight line graph of log y minus 4 against x. So this is my big Y. And then this is my big X. So the first thing I always ask my student to do is to manipulate this non-linear form to the linear form first. So write out this one. Y equals to abx plus 4. So what you need to do is you need to make log y minus 4 the subject. Oh my god, Teacher Kangie got see the N-level paper 1 AMath. I got heartbroken, but thank god EMath. Yes, I saw the N-level paper 1. There was I think 4 questions is quite tricky, but there are still some questions that can grab some marks. I hope you managed to do those questions that is manageable. Okay, so the hint already tell you that you want to log y minus 4. So I'm going to bring the 4 to the left hand side. So it becomes y minus 4 is equals to abx. So that I'm going to log both sides. So log both sides. So it becomes log y minus 4 equals to log abx. So now we split this. So this is log y minus 4 is equals to log a plus log b x. Okay, before I continue, I'm a bit thirsty. Can you all help me to like and share? How many to like and share? Oh, today only 7.6k. Okay, let me drink some water first before I continue, okay? Go straight to longkang. Manage 5 out of 12. But you never leave the balance 7 question empty lah, huh? Yeah, that day we hit 60k. It has been a long time since we hit 60k. Yeah. Even though don't know how to do, still have to just write anything. For me is, if I always stuck like questions I don't know how to do, I will go and squeeze out whatever I've learned, just put inside the paper. At least sometimes maybe the teacher see already. It will give you a little bit of marks. I left area under empty. You leave it empty? Oh my god. Next time should just try something to write anything. Okay? Okay. How is it possible? It's already 9 o'clock. I don't think it's possible to reach 100k. Okay, come, let's continue. So now after I shift this, okay, let me shift this here a bit. So it will look like log y minus 4 equals to x log b plus log a. So here, I always ask my student to do this. You have to show that your big Y is log y minus 4. Your big X is actually small x. The gradient, this is very important. The gradient is the number that follow the big X, right? So it's log B. The y-intercept, big y-intercept C is log A. So this is a very important information. Then I always ask my student to box it up. Okay? Because your task is to make sure that you shift the non-linear form to the linear form according to the big Y and big X as per what they request. And after you make that, then you have to do this. Okay? You have to show that, okay, the gradient is log B, the big C is just log A. So now next is, of course, you need to plot the graph. Okay? So before you plot the graph, let's take a look. I'm already given X and Y. Since my big X is X, so that means this one is my big X. Okay, I will need to have one which is the big Y. Alamak, this one got no space already. Okay, I'm going to erase this one. Okay, so now I want to find my big Y. So my big Y, it is log Y minus 4. So you need to key calculator for log Y is 10. So it's 10 minus 4. So it's this funny decimal, right? So student, round off to how much? That 2 decimal place is enough. So you will put here, this is 0.78. The next one is 16. So we will have 1.08. The next one is 28. So we will have 1.38. The next one is 52. So this will be 1.68. Okay, 2 decimal is enough. Yeah, I also hope that AMath paper 2 will be easier. Okay, so now with this one, we can start to plot. Of course, I play cheat a little bit. I already plot most of it. So, ta-da! Okay, within 1 second, I've plotted the graph. Okay, so let me just go through a little bit. Okay, so over here, they will give you a scale. They say 2 cm to 1 unit for the x-axis. And then after that, the 2 cm to 0.2 for the big y-axis. So we need to always plan first. So you look at it, you know that the big X is from 1 to 4. That means there's no negative X at all. The big Y is from the smallest is 0.78. The maximum is 1.68. So that's why after planning, I know that I draw up to 2.0. Okay, and it's 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, okay? The X will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, actually don't need 5 also, but it's okay. We just put up to 5. Okay, so now I plot the 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 99% of the time, the points can form a straight line. But the 1% of the time, you will need to draw best fit line. So if your line don't form 100% straight line, please do not panic. Later I show you why I need to find the M and C. That's a very critical one. Okay? Yeah, linear law is not in N level. So, and then there will be time whereby you see that, why is it that all points like very close can form best fit line? Then there's one point is out. Then go and read the question again and see whether is there a part of the question that state that one of the point is inaccurate. Then you will know that there is one point that is wrong. Then you can just ignore that that outlier point. Okay, but this question never have any funny one. So we draw. Okay, so take note. The points that they give me, by right, I only draw up to here. Because it's only from 1 to 4. But for linear law, you will have to further extend your line until it cuts the big y-axis. Okay, so you must extend until you cut the big y-axis. Huh? Can you explain what it means when some linear law question use M0? I'm not going into the explanation. I'm doing the question here, merry-go-round. I still have... How many questions? Wow. I got 11 questions now. Now I got only at question 6. I'm not going to answer other questions. You go and search for linear law under my YouTube channel. Okay. So now over here, let's continue. Where is it? Don't interrupt me with other things. 乱了，我在哪里了? Where was I? Yes, okay. So just now I was saying that you must extend your line until you cut the big y-axis. Okay. Because we will need it later to find the unknown A and unknown B. Okay, once you have draw the big y-intercept already, you need to find 2 points which is on the line. Okay, take note you need to find 2 points which is on the line. You cannot take from the existing point that you plotted. Not allowed. So in this case, I already take out, I put here, I stated the 2 points here. So it's 4.4 and 1.8. 1.4 and 0.9. Okay, so now with this, let's go back and find our thing. So now over here, that's why just now I say I must find this one, correct? You see this question here? Okay, they ask you to draw, this one is done. Use your graph to estimate the value of A and B. See, how to find the A and B? A lot of students may think, A is the gradient, B is the what? No, it's not. If you do not shift it to this form, you will not know whether is it B or A. What is your B, what is your A? In this case, my gradient is log B. My big y-intercept is log A. Okay, so now let's find our gradient. Okay, from my graph, our point is 4.4, 1.8 as well as 1.4, 0.9. This is the 2 points that I get from my graph. Let's find the gradient. So gradient is using y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Technically speaking, this is big Y and big Y, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so y1 minus y2, 1.8 minus 0.9 over 4.4 minus 1.4. So we get 0.3. My gradient is 0.3. Come back to this box and see, oh, my gradient is 0.3. So that means log B is equals to 0.3. I need to solve the B. Log is base 10. So this is actually log 10B equals to 0.3. Push up, change to index form. So my B is equals to 10 to the power of 0.3, and that will give us 1.995. So round off to 3SF, it is 2.00, 3SF. So that is our B value. Okay, next, to find our A, I have to say log A is big y-intercept, right? So on my graph, my big y-intercept is here. So this value is 0.48. Here, 0.48. So come back to here, you will know that, oh, okay, so I know that my big C is 0.48. Therefore, log A is equals to 0.48. Okay, then this is base 10. So it will become log 10A equals to 0.48. Push up. So A is equals to 10 to the power of 0.48. Ayo, my pen like 没有音了。不一定 merry-go-round. So it depends. This question, because they already give you log, so it's base 10. Okay? If it's long, then you know that the base is E, then you push out, you'll be E to the power of something. Yeah, sometimes it's long. Hopefully the pen can last. Okay? So after that, press calculator. My A value is 3.0199. So round off to 3SF, it will be 3.02, 3SF. So you see, we are done with our A and B. See, this one finding A and B is 5 marks there. Okay, why? Because a lot of students never shift this. Then this is very important. This one easily can get the marks already. Okay. This one cannot use ln. Because first of all, they already requested you to do log. So of course you cannot choose. Okay, and then sometimes if the question, they never state what's your big Y and big X. If base 10 is involved, then you need to log. If base E is involved, then you ln. This question, because they already state. Should have lah. You go and search logarithm in my YouTube channel. You should be able to find videos. Use ln when base E is involved. Now nothing. This one question say log, so we use log. Okay, let's move on. So now this one is done. See, use your graph to estimate the value of x when y equals to 33. So a lot of times students panic. See, they say y equals to 33. Then they go to the graph and see, oh my god, my y got no 33. Then how? You see, you need to know that this is small y. This is my big Y. So you want to use this axis, you need to find out what is the big Y value. Understand? So actually this is how you do. So part C, Y equals to 33. Find out what's your big Y value. Your big Y is log Y minus 4. So it is 33 minus 4. So if you press the calculator for this, it's the value of, wait, where is it? Alamak, cannot find. Okay, never mind. So, LG, 33 minus 4. Okay, 2 million bracket. 33 minus 4. So, it will be 1.4623. So, round off to 2 dp, 1.46. Understand? Then, after that, you will go to your graph and find 1.46. So, 1.46, use pencil. 1.5 is here, 1.46 is here. This is 1.46. So we will go to the graph, go to 1.46 and draw dotted line. Okay, so it reach here. So over here. So I'm going to come down here. So let's see what's the value. A 3.1, 3.2, 3.25. So this is actually 3.25. So then after that, when you come back to the here, you will say that from the graph, okay, you have to say that your big X is equals to 3.25. And they ask you to find small x, it's because my big X is small x. So you will say, okay, so therefore the X is equals to 3.25. Understand? So again, you have to see what is your big X. Not every time means, oh, I suck, I get the 3.25 means small x is 3.25. So a lot of students always get linear law wrong. It's because they always confuse with the big X and big Y. So this box information is super important. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, part C is done. Now they say on the same diagram, draw the line representing this. Okay, wow, not bad. Just now was only how many K? Now 14.8K already. I think just now we say we want to reach 100K, quite difficult. Okay, let's see over here. So here, they need you to draw a line. So we need to massage this until we have big Y and big X. Do I have a space? No space. Okay, I'm going to squeeze here. Here. So, Y minus 4. This is part D. So Y minus 4 equals to tan 2x. So this one, because you want to draw on the graph whereby the big Y is log Y minus 4. So by looking at this, you already see that I'm going to log both sides. So in the end, I will have log y minus 4 equals to log 10 2x. Power law, this one bring down, so it becomes log y minus 4 is equals to 2x. Log 10 is 1, so it becomes 2x. So now you compare, now you change it to big Y and big X. So since this one is big Y, so this one simply means is Y is equals to 2x. Sure, is this the last AMath revision before our O-level? No, it's not. I think no. You look at my, I did pin a schedule. I think I still got AMath revision. Okay, later, I got pin a schedule. You can go and take a look. This is not the last one. Okay, so for part D, this is the line that we're going to talk about. So I want to plot this line. Okay, to plot this line, I need 3 points. Okay, 3 points. So draw a table, x, y. So the first one, easy, sub x equals to 0, I get 0. Okay, and then after that, sub x is 1, so my big Y is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So if I have 2, that means it's 4. Wait, but my y-axis only up to... Okay, I see my big y-axis only up to 2. So if I go 2, 4, cannot. So I will change a little bit. I will use 0.5 and 1. So 2 times 0.5 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So this is within my range. So I will be able to plot, you see. So let's go and plot the line. Yes, gradient is 2. You're right. Okay. So 0, 0. 1 point here. The other one is 0.5 and 1. 0.5 and 1. Here. And then after that, the other one is what? The other one is 1 and 2. Wait. Yeah, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So that means it will be here. Like a bit weird, Wait. Okay. Oh, okay. 自己吓自己. I was like, for a moment, my line got cut the line, man. Have. Okay, so now you see my 3 points here. So these 3 points definitely will form a straight line. So we will join them. And this one, you will label this as y is equals to 2x. This is the line. Okay. So I'm plotting the line y equals to 2x. So over here, I put the table of points. I need 3 points. So 0, 2 times 0 is 0. So my y is 0, I have 3 points. Plot the 3 points, draw the line. Okay? And then after that, they say, hence, find the value of x for which These, actually, if you massage this, okay, okay, it's actually the same. So actually, this part is simply the intersection point. It's simply the intersection point. So, I'm going to use this point like that. So, this point will be here. So, this is 0.3. And then for the y, this is 0.56. Yes, this is 0.56. So in this case, but anyway, they ask for the x only lah. So you will say from graph, okay, the big X is equals to 0.3. Therefore, small x is 0.3. Done. Okay. Okay. So we are done with question 6. So if you don't catch like 100%, you can always watch the replay. The replay will be uploaded either tomorrow or Friday. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question is question 7. Let me see what is it. Partial fraction. Okay. Yes. In this case, you see that it's not, you feel that it's redundant to write big X and small x. You feel that it's redundant for this case is because your big X is small x. But in linear law questions, sometimes their big X, it could be x squared, example. Or it could be like x minus 4, for example. Okay, so not necessary that big X is small x, you see. So you have to write out that from the graph, it is big X value. Then you need to convert it back to the small x and small y, understand? Okay, so now let's see this question, partial fraction. So for partial fraction, the first thing you need to check is whether is it a proper or improper fraction. Okay, so now let's take a look at the numerator. The numerator highest power is 2. The denominator, if I expand, the highest power is 3. So numerator is smaller than the denominator, so we know that it is a proper. So if it's a proper, very easy, you just break it into the case 1, case 2, case 3. So my 6 plus 5x minus 8x squared over 2x minus 1 and x squared plus 3. So this one, 2x minus 1 is the linear one, which is case 1. So that means I will have a over 2x minus 1. This one, quadratic. Quadratic, don't confirm it to be case 3. You check whether you can factorize first. X squared plus 3, you cannot factorize. Yeah, partial fraction is easy. Okay, this one cannot factorize. So you know you can straight away apply the case 3. So that means it will be bx plus c over x squared plus 3. So now let's analyze. So this one you will combine this into a single fraction. So it means this a must multiply with x squared plus 3. This one common mistake is student never put bracket. So you must put that this is bx plus c rainbow with 2x minus 1. And then after that, you just put it over. The common denominator is 2x minus 1 and x squared plus 3. So by comparing, you are actually, now you want to do the numerator only. So now you know, therefore, 6 plus 5x minus 8x squared is equals to a x squared plus 3 plus bx plus c and 2x minus 1. I know some students say that, okay, I can use the comparing coefficient. Okay, but for me, is unless it's necessary. If not, I always use substitutable value. So in this case, let's analyze. We have 3 unknown that we need to solve, a, b, and c. So let's take a look. Okay, you see here, there's a bracket 2x minus 1. So it means that when I sub x equals to half, this one becomes 0. 0 times this one, the whole thing becomes 0. So that means my equation left with only a. I can solve a. No. RK, that's a good question. So RK is asking, so if let's say, for example, my denominator is x squared and 2xa, what is that? Oh yeah, the Samis already answered. Good. Good. So what the guy is asking is, here, x squared is not considered a repeated. So this one actually you will have a over x and then after that b over x squared. X squared is considered repeated. And then after that this one is linear, so it's c over 2x plus 1. Okay? Okay, I just leave it there. Okay, come back to here. So let's sub x equals to half. It means that we will have 6 plus 5 half minus 8 half square equals to a square bracket half square plus 3. This one no need to write already because the whole thing becomes 0. So now I have 13 over 4a equals to 13 over 2. Okay, don't ask me why I get the value so fast because I already pre-do the question. evidence. Okay, so yeah. Okay, because if I press calculator, I think I will take 10 hours to do all the questions already. Okay, come. So then my A will be equals to 2. So now we already solved A. So I still left with an unknown B and unknown C. So let's analyze. So do you see that this B actually multiply with X? So when you see such situation, that means I can sub X equals to 0. Because when I sub X equals to 0, my B disappear, my C remain, my A don't worry because I already have my 2. So we will just sub X equals to 0. So 6 plus 5, 0. Minus 8, 0 square is equals to 2. 0 square plus 3. Okay. Plus B, 0 plus C, 2, 0 minus 1. Okay. In the end, we will have 6 here plus C negative 1. And this side, we have 6. So therefore, my C in this case is 6 minus 6. C is equals to 0. So no need to panic. When you get a C equals to 0, yes, you check. Make sure that is it really true that C is equals to 0. But it happens. So yes. Okay, then let's proceed. Okay, now you see you already solved your A and C. You only left with one unknown B. So when you only left with one unknown, means you can sub any X value. Okay, but of course don't sub too big. So let's sub X equals to 1. So in this case, I will have 6 plus 5, 1 minus 8, 1 square equals to 2, 1 square plus 3 plus B1 plus 0, 2, 1 minus 1. You can see that I actually very kiasu. You see, I was actually sub properly and then put all the bracket one. I know a lot of students like to mental sum, skip step here, skip step there. Too risky already, I don't do that. Okay, so I will get 3 is equals to 8 plus B1. So therefore, I will have B is equals to negative 5. So you see, I solve my A, I solve my B, I solve my C. So now pull back and put all of this. So therefore, you will know that this, your 6 plus 5x minus 8x squared over 2x minus 1 and x squared plus 3 will be equals to A is 2, so it's 2 over 2x minus 1. B is minus 5. So you have to be very careful when your B negative and then if your C is a value, then you need to be careful. But in this case, because my C is 0, so I don't have to worry about this minus. I just put the minus here. So minus 5 over, but of course 5x, bx, over x squared plus 3. You see the alphabet unknown, you know. You got alphabet unknown. So you got to be very careful lah. You're gonna use if you're gonna do that. Okay? Because calculator cannot put square bracket also. Right now. Okay? So this will be for this question. So this is question 7. Okay, now let's move on to question 8. Question 8, pretty quick. It will be a quadratic function. That means plotting quadratic function, actually computing the square. Okay, so now they ask you to, this is a quadratic curve whereby it's 2x squared plus 4x minus 6. They ask you put it in this form. So we know this is a computing square one. So y is equals to 2. I'm going to factorize out the 2. So it becomes x squared plus 2x minus 3. So we're going to perform computing the square on this side. So we will have 2. This one will be x plus 1 square minus 1 square minus 3. So we have 2x plus 1 square minus 1 minus 3. So this is minus 4. You see, I put square bracket. Now you rainbow in the 2. So it becomes 2x plus 1 square minus 8. Okay. State the coordinate of the minimum point. When you're already having the computing square form, how to find the minimum point? You let this x plus 1 square equals to 0. Okay, and we will solve, you will get x equals to -1. And when x equals to -1, okay, the y will be equals to 2, 1, -1 plus 1 square minus 8, and therefore you get -8. So therefore, the minimum point is -1 minus 8. Done. Okay, next is they ask, explain how you find the minimum point of the curve. Actually, part here I already did it. So actually over here we will just say, we will just let, okay, we will just let this one be equals to 0. So here actually is not so sure why they ask the same thing. So you will just say that maybe we talk a little bit, why is it that it's minimum point? So you see over here my A is 2. The A is 2. This is A more than 0. This is the happy face. So therefore it is a minimum. Right? And then we just simply just sub x equals to -1 to get the minimum y. That's all. 1 mark, no need to say so much. Actually, I also don't understand why they split these two. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 9. This question number 9. This is questions that a lot of students might be stuck. Okay. Yes, L, why is it that you call out? Wow, is it too late already? I realized that, wow, suddenly only got 28 students. Wow, make sure that, and is anyone still listening in or not? Nobody listening in, maybe I can off early. Come. This is AMath. Samiska, one more question. Is it that this question, is it the one that you didn't know how to do? No, but I did mention that for this Wednesday, today is AMath. You have to look at my schedule. I'm staying for area of curve and kinematic chair, all the last one. Okay. Then in this case, can you do me a favor? Can you give me maybe 2 minutes of time? Can I go to the washroom first? Okay, I give you all a mission. I go to the washroom for 2 to 3 minutes. Now it's 17.4K likes. Okay, I will see. When I come back, if it didn't hit 25K, okay, right? If it never hit 25K, then I will not finish all the question. If I hit 25K, then I will do finish the question. Give me 3 minutes to go washroom. I am back. Oh wow, 25.6k. Okay, I will keep my promise. Let's continue. 9, 10, 11, 3 questions to go. Okay, let's continue. I tap until my soul, so my mother asked why I keep hitting my phone. You don't, after that you spoil your display, huh? Your phone LCD. Okay, come. This question, okay? Many students will say, but how to integrate ln? Okay, this is a tricky question. So this question, what you need to do is, you need to change to x in terms of y. Okay, so let's change this first. So y is equals to ln cube root x, right? This is y is equals to ln x to the power of 1/3. Okay, yes, bring this down. Bring the power down, so it becomes y equals to 1/3 ln x. I'm going to review the base. It is y is equals to 1/3 log ex. Okay, before I change it to index form, I'm going to times 3 throughout to get 3y equals to log ex. You check my schedule, check my schedule. So now we're going to change it to index form. So that means x is equals to e to the power of 3y. Okay, so it means this curve, if I make x a subject, is x is equals to e to the power of 3y. It's on my, I pin the post. So you can go and take a look. So now over here, let's read the question. They say calculate the area of the region bounded by the curve and the line x equals to 3. X equals to 3 is a vertical line. So just plot a vertical line down. So they want the curve with the vertical line and the x-axis. So what they want is this one. What they want is this one. But because I already changed to x subject, so we need to turn the diagram. So this point here, I need to draw the so-called vertical line down. Okay. So later we will be finding the area under this curve, sweep from here to here. We will actually need to find this one. Okay, I put another color. Maybe I use color. Wait. So later we'll be finding this one, the yellow color one. So that means I need this value here. So I turn back. You tell me how you're going to integrate ln? Yes, I understand use y subject is easier, but there's no way you can integrate ln. That is why this one, the only way out is to change to x subject. Okay, so now I need this value over here. So we know that this value x is 3. So you need to sub x equals to 3. So my y will be equals to ln cube root 3, which is y is equals to 1/3 ln 3. So this value here is 1/3 ln 3, this point here. Got it? Okay, so now we are ready to find the area. See, my area is, I'm going to find the rectangle. I'm going to take the rectangle minus the yellow and I will get this one. Okay, so now area, it will be rectangle. This one is 3. The length is 3. The breadth is this one. So it will be 3 multiplied by 1/3 ln 3. This is my rectangle. The rectangle. I put here, this is the rectangle. I'm going to minus the yellow color one. So the yellow color one will be, I have to integrate the E3y with respect to y. sweep from here to 0. So sweep from 1/3 ln 3 to 0. Okay, so this one, press calculator, you get 1.09861 minus integrate exponential is keep the same over differentiate the power, which is 3, put it at the denominator. And you're going to put in these two values, which is 1/3 ln 3 and 0. So if you press calculator, you get 1.09861 minus this one. When you sub this in, you get actually 1. When you sub 0 in, you actually get 1/3. Yes, correct. If you integrate with respect to y, upper and lower limit is y value. Yes. Okay, it's like always sweep towards the origin. So that means it's from big to small. So from here to here. So press calculator, we will get 1.098. See, I put bracket because it will affect. So it will be 0.4319, round off to 3SF, 0.432 units square. Done. Okay, so this question, oh no. Then you can just take note that you already watched under question 9. Okay, so when the TikTok live replay is uploaded to the YouTube channel, you can go and look, you can go and see question 10 and question 11. Teacher, I get confused with substitution. How to minimize careless? No, this one you see, substitute, actually you sub the first value, the top value into here, right? So that means you replace the y with this one. Okay, that's the first set of value. Minus sub 0, then you have the second set, right? That's why you see, I sub this one, I get 1. I sub 0, I get this one. So you subtract them. And because here got minus, I put bracket. So it will affect the sign. Yes, if you integrate with respect to x, the upper and lower limit is x value. Yes. Correct. Okay, so for this question, the integration is to use finding area under the graph. Okay, so most of the time, okay, it is always integrate with respect to x. Okay, and sometimes you can either way also can. In this question, cannot go with respect to x because we cannot integrate ln. So the only way out is to change it to x in terms of y and integrate with respect to y. Okay, so this question, I can say that many students, they will know, find like that, oh, okay, then after they start already, oh my god, how to integrate ln, then they cannot do. Okay, 5 marks question, Okay, let's move on to question number 10. This is question number 10 is quite a tough question. Okay, this question 10, you need to understand your normal tangent. Okay, you also need to know your coordinate geometry very well. Area under the curve again is a very straightforward question. Again, go to my YouTube channel, go and search for area under the curve. I don't know whether area under the curve or not. I mean have, but I don't know whether is it named under area under the curve. Okay. This question, this is a tough question. How many marks is this question? Let me see. 2 plus 7. Wow, 12. This is a 14 marks question. Woohoo! This is a 14 marks question. Okay, so let's read the question. The diagram below shows the curve, blah, 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 which cut the x-axis at point P. The curve is this, the curve is this and this, So these two curve is actually this equation, These two curve is actually this equation, Okay, cuts the x-axis at point P, cuts the y-axis at point Q. They tell you that the normal to the curve at P meets the y-axis at R. S is the point whereby the normal line meets the curve again. This is a very crazy question, but 14 marks. Okay, so you have to draw one line so that you will understand what we are talking about. Because they say this line PS is a normal. So let's draw the tangent. So over here, I'm going to draw the tangent at point P. Okay, it will be like that. Okay, I'm going to label this is called tangent at P. And because this line is the normal, right? So we know that this is 90 degrees. Okay, this part A only asked me to find P and Q. So easy. Find P, simply sub y equals to 0. So I'm going to sub y equals to 0 into our curve. So we will have 2x plus 4 over x minus 1 equals to 0 over 1. Cross multiply 2x plus 4 equals to 0. 0 times anything is 0. So in the end, my x will be negative 2. So therefore, the P is negative 2, 0. Okay, so update the diagram. This is negative 2, 0. Q is here. Q is x is 0. So all you need to do is sub x equals to 0. So we will have y is equals to 2, 0 plus 4 over 0 minus 1. So we will have 4 divided by negative 1, so it's minus 4. So therefore, my Q is 0, negative 4. Done. So this is a 2 marks question only. Then again, update the diagram. This Q value is 0. Why I put minus? 0, negative 4. You sub lah. I don't know that. My O level, when I took my O level in year 2012, and when I take my IGCSE this year June, I do this. I still get my A1. I still get my A. So I don't think they will go and penalize this 小小的东西啦. I don't think they will 计较 this kind of thing lah. I always use sub one. Okay? Imagine all the questions you want to spell. Substitute. Wow. We waste a lot of seconds. Seconds add up together, we waste minutes already. Okay? Okay, so now here. They ask to find the coordinates of R and S. You see this? Wow, 7 marks. 7 marks question. 7 marks, Okay, let's see how to find R and S. First, we know that point R is the y-intercept of this line. This line, okay, I have to find the equation of this line, which is called y equals to mx plus c. Of course, this is not complete, correct? So you see how I go through the thinking process, See, So that means I want to find my gradient first. The first thing is always find the gradient first, right? Okay, how do I find the gradient of this line? Because they tell us that this line is the normal. But we know that dy dx is gradient of tangent. So that's why I asked you to draw this line here. So this line is tangent at point P. So before I can do anything, of course, I need to find my dy dx first, correct? So let's find our dy dx. So let's do our dy dx first. So first thing is my y first. My y is equals to 2x plus 4 over x minus 1. So we have to find our dy dx first because we want to find gradient of tangent. So my dy dx, and sadly to say this one, the only way to differentiate is using quotient rule, right? So keep the bottom, differentiate the numerator, so it's 2. Okay, minus keep the top, which is 2x plus 4. Differentiate the denominator, which is 1. And over the bottom square. So this one is x minus 1 squared. So can simplify. So I will have rainbow 2x minus 2 minus 2x minus 4 over x minus 1 squared. And we will have minus 6 over x minus 1 squared. Finding gradient of a curve is equals to gradient of the tangent. Yes, correct. In AMath, just to share with you all, in AMath, to find gradient of curve, we draw a tangent line, right? So every time AMath quadratic, they ask you draw a tangent line or find the gradient at this particular point. Then you all need to manually draw the tangent. That's AMath. Okay, but in AMath, we can find the actual tangent by using dy dx, okay? But please, don't go and use tangent, dy dx in your AMath and go and find the tangent. I mean, find the, they don't accept. Okay? So, come back to here. So, once I have my dy dx is the gradient function. So, I do not know the gradient until I need to sub in the x, right? My task now is to find the... My task now is to find the gradient of this tangent. So I need to know what is the x value. This tangent is at point P. And my point P, my x is minus 2. Okay, I put here lah. Okay, this one x. So, in order to find the gradient, I just need to sub x equals to minus 2. So my dy dx will be equals to minus 6 over minus 2 minus 1 square, and I will get minus 2 over 3. So I'm going to put here, this is gradient of tangent at P. Got it? Then I want to find the gradient of the normal. Okay, I continue here. So we all know that tangent and normal is perpendicular. So m1 times m2 is negative 1, correct? So in this case, I will say, okay, so minus 2/3 times this gradient 2 that I want to find is equals to negative 1. So my gradient 2, which is the gradient of the normal, it will be 3 over 2. So this m2 will be the gradient of this line. Okay, gradient of this line. So now, it means that I know that it will be y is equals to 3 over 2x plus c. So how do I find c? This line, the only point I have is the point P. So we just need to sub minus 2, 0. So sub minus 2, 0. And we will have 0 equals to 3 over 2 minus 2 plus c. And our 0 equals to minus 3 plus c, c equals to 3. So therefore, the equation of the line that we are interested is y is equals to 3 over 2x plus 3. Okay, the error, I don't have to do anything already. You know why? Because the error, point error, is the y-intercept. So you can say, since the y-intercept is 0, 3, therefore, my error is 0, 3. Okay, I already solved my error. Okay, so now S. This one is 3. How do you find the S? The S, they say that it is the line that meets the curve again. So the bad news is I need to do simultaneous. There is just error. What thing? What thing is error? Okay. Okay, no space, so I need to shift, I need to borrow a bit of space. So I continue here. After here, I will continue here. So I need to do simultaneous equation of the curve and the line. This line, this one. So we will have to say, okay, so now y equals to 3 over 2x plus 3 is my equation 1. Y equals to 2x plus 4 over x minus y is my equation 2. So we have to do simultaneous equation. So we will say, okay, 2x plus 4 over x minus 1 equals to 3 over 2x plus 3. Okay, I will leave it to you all to solve the simultaneous. I believe this one you all know lah. So solving this, eventually I will get 3x minus 7x plus 2 equals to 0. So my x is equals to 7 over 3 or x equals to negative 2. So you see, this x equals to negative 2 actually is the other point. Because this line meet at P and S, right? So x is minus 2 is correct. So the S will be the other one, which is this one. Okay? And the y will simply be, just sub it into here, which is 3 over 2, 7 over 3, plus 3. And we will get 13 over 2. So in this case, therefore, my S is 7 over 3, comma 13 over 2. Okay, we solve R and S already. This is a 7 marks question. That's why it's 7 marks. See, so many working. Okay, so last part. Another 5 marks. Okay, they ask you to express this in the form of blah, blah, blah. How do we express this? It's because this is an improper fraction. Do you see that power is 1, power is 1? Same power, it still means that it's improper. So we need to do our long division. So at the side here, I'm going to do 2x plus 4 divided it by x minus 1. So this one will be 2. So 2x minus 2. 4 minus 2, so it's 6. So this one, put it in this form, is simply 2x plus 4 over x minus 1 is equals to 2 plus 6 over x minus 1. This is this part. Yes, long division. Okay. Come on. We left a bit more. Okay. How are you all still alive? So quiet. Are you all still listening or not? Okay. Processing. Okay, this is quite a good question. So if you are able to understand 30 to 40%, actually it's also good enough already. But of course, make sure that you go and watch the replay on the on my TikTok replay on my YouTube channel tomorrow or 2 days later. Then go and look at this question again and then listen to what I say. You can actually fast forward or pause and then process along the way. So after this, okay, I already put in this one. They say, hence find the area of the shaded region. So come back to here. This one. So to find the area under this curve, you need to draw an important line. Because you must know area under the curve. See, this S, this point is 7, 3, 13 over 2. Draw the vertical line down. This point here is 7 over 3. Okay, so to find this area, I need to cut into 2 parts. Who call me auntie? Wow, you so rude. Call me auntie leh. Later my moderator block you. Yes, this is quotient, remainder over divisor. Okay, so now over here, see, stop. I don't know where am I already. Okay, so I need to cut this into 2 parts. This is a trapezium. This is area under the curve. So actually, I have 2 area that I need to find. So area of a trapezium. Okay, I'm going to put here area of trapezium. Of course, some students also mentioned that this one is a line. You can actually also integrate the equation of this line, which we already found it previously, and switch from 7 over 3 to 0. You can also do that. But whenever it's straight line, right, usually I just use finding the normal area. I never use integration. So area of trapezium, this part here, it will be half A plus B multiplied by height. So this will be the formula that I'm going to use for area of trapezium for number 1. Number 2, I will have to integrate, sweep from 3 to 7 over 3, okay? Okay, come back to here. So I'm going to, wait So my area, I'm going to have 2 parts. First is the trapezium. So the trapezium is half times A plus B times height. So what is my A plus B? It is the parallel side. So see here, this is the parallel side. This is the y value, so it's 13 over 2. This is 3. So A plus B later is 3 plus 13 over 2. And what is the height of the trapezium? It is here. This one. So that means it is 7 over 3. So this one will be 13 over 2 plus 3 multiplied by 7 over 3. So this is the trapezium. Plus, just now I mentioned area. So it will be integrate this one. Integrate this one is the same as this one already. That's why they ask you to put it into this form. Okay, so integrate 2 plus 6 over x minus 1 with respect to x. Sweep from 3 to 7 over 3. This one, just press a calculator. This one will give me 133 over 12. This one is this one. Okay, so now let's take a look at this one. Okay, see how I integrate this one. Integrate 2 to x. This one, how to integrate? This is to the power of -1. When you want to integrate to the power of -1, it is ln. So this one is actually plus 6 ln x minus 1 over differentiate the inside and put it here. Although it's 1, I just show it to you. Then this whole thing is my integration, right? We are supposed to sub 3 and 7 over 3. So sub the, wrong number. So sub 3 and 7 over 3. This, when I sub 3, okay, I put here 133 over 12. When I sub 3, I get 10.1588. Okay, when I sub this inside here, I get 6.3927. The whole thing, press calculator, I will get 18.84. Sorry, wrong number. The whole thing will be 14.849. So round off to 3SF, 14.8 units square. Done. 3SF. Wow, after I finish the TikTok live, I'm still going to do 3 more videos for my students. Because my student needs the 3 questions. Tomorrow, they are EOY. Okay, so understand? We have just done a 14 marks question. How, still alive or not? Still alive or not? We left the last question, which is a kinematic. Okay, 28.6K. Like, thank you. Yes, that question was very fun. I agree. 14 marks. Okay, kinematics question. Okay, please don't skip kinematics question. Samiska, now you tell me. Now you say I'm young, right? You're trying to make me happy, but just now you call me auntie, right? Okay, now question 11. Kinematic, don't skip the question, because actually kinematic is another topic whereby it is not that tough. Okay, now let's read the question. A particle P move in a straight line so that T. You see, when I read the question, the first thing is I want to know whether the particle did they mention anything about starting the point at like maybe 2 meter from the origin or whatsoever. Demo, thanks for your thanks. Okay, so in this case they say that pass through fixed point O. They did not mention any special number. So it means that t equals to 0, s equals to 0. Okay, its velocity is given by this. Okay, when t equals to 1, the acceleration is negative 9. They ask you to prove that k is negative 15. So let me write out my v first. My v is 3t squared plus kt plus 18. Okay, so I always tell my student SVA. This is what you need to remember. Displacement differentiate become velocity. Velocity differentiate become acceleration. The other direction is integration. Kinematics is fun. Trust me, it's easy also. Okay, we can easily secure these 8 marks. So what we need to do is, I need to find my acceleration because they give me acceleration is negative 9. And they also tell me t is equals to 1. So let's find my a. So my a means I need to differentiate my v with respect to t. So differentiate d, bring down, this one is 6t plus k. That's all. So my acceleration is a is equals to 6t plus k. So since they give me t1 and a is negative 9, so I just need to sub t equals to 1, a equals to negative 9. So negative 9 equals to 6, 1 plus k. So therefore my k is minus 15. Shown. Okay, differentiation and integration is not tough lah. You want to master differentiation and integration can... I know I did videos on 5 rules of differentiation. Go and watch my YouTube channel. Okay, next. They say find the values of t for which p is instantaneous at rest. So, take note, this one simply means v equals to 0. Whenever you see at rest, it means v equals to 0. You think about this thing, they're actually applying this thing on like stationary point. Stationary point, remember, the turning point is when dy dx equals to 0. So it's the same concept. At rest means that, oh, I rest already, I change direction. So that's why v is equals to 0. Sure, if have instantaneous... most of the time, the question will tell you to find the t when instantaneous at rest. But if let's say they skip the question about this instantaneous at rest, okay, they will always like to ask for the total distance. Then you still need to find out where is your at rest, because the at rest is where you change the direction, when you change the direction, which is very important. Because later part C, you see, when they ask you to find the total distance travel, you need to know whether this first 3 seconds does it involve any turning or not. So it is important to find v equals to 0, always. If you start v equals to 0, there's no t. It simply means that your object did not change direction. That means it's moving straight. No U-turn. Understand? Okay. So start v equals to 0. V is here. And of course, my k already solved. So sub in. So okay, maybe I put here. So I will have 3t squared minus 15t plus 18 equals to 0. So let's divide by 3. So I have t squared minus 5t plus 6 equals to 0. T minus 3, t minus 2 equals to 0. So I have t equals to 3 or t equals to 2. Okay, see here. No, if they never state to find, I tell you, a lot of students will not know. They will just forget about it. Okay? But you must always find v equals to 0. Okay, see here, if you sub v equals to 0, if you don't get any t value, just now I mentioned already there's no turning point, right? Then, if you get 1 positive, 1 negative, it simply means that it only has 1 turning point. Then the other negative you can reject because time cannot be negative. In this case, it has 2 positive. It means that this object or this particle will change direction 2 times. Will change direction 2 times. Understand? So this one is only for part B. But later part we'll be using this. Okay? Later I will show you. Okay, now they ask find the total distance traveled, blah, blah, blah. So before I can find total distance, I need my displacement, right? So I need my S. So to find S, see here, to find S, I need to integrate from V to S. I need to integrate my V. So it means that I will need to integrate my 3t squared minus 15t plus 18 with respect to t. So let's proceed. So integrate means the constant 3. Then this one is just t power plus 1. So it's 3 over new power minus 15 t2 over 2 plus 18t. And don't forget to plus c. Plus c. So s. So my s will be equals to t cubed minus 15 over 2t squared plus 18t plus c. So you need to find the c. Very important. You need to find the c. How to find the c? Remember just now I tell you, you need to know when t equals to 0, your s is equals to what? That's the main thing you need to know. Okay? If the question mention about it, then you will sub it in. If they never mention, by default, it is 0. 29.9k. Wow, you're still pressing. Thank you. Yes, Namin, you got it correct. You got it correct. But it's not easy. So let me explain to them, okay? Okay. So over here, after here, I need to sub. So s is 0. 0 cubed minus 15 over 2, 0 square plus 18, 0 plus c. So in this case, c is 0. Please sub in and find a c. Not every time c is 0. My student now always assume c is 0. Then I always gonna scolded by me. You need to sub in accordingly to make sure c is 0. Not necessary c is 0. So now I will know that, so my displacement will be t cubed minus 15 over 2t squared plus 18t. Okay, I'll be using this one. So now, I need to know what t I need to sub in. So I'm going to draw out the diagram. So this one means what? Okay, I always draw this. Draw a line. In the middle, put O. This is your origin. That means the starting position, fixed point O. See, they say that fixed point O. So the first thing is, I need to find out, look at this. I got 2, t equals to 2, t equals to 3. They asked me to find the total distance traveled in the first 3 seconds. So, not necessary that my particle is here. Not necessary that my particle is moving this direction. So, before I decide to know which direction it is, I go and find t equals to 2 first. So, I need to sub t equals to 2 into my s. Okay. So, this one you just press calculator. So, my s is equals to 14. Then you know, okay. So, that means my particle will be this direction. So, that means I will have like that. And then after that, I will turn again. Okay. Please take note, the object is not moving this like that. If s is negative, means the object is moving like that. This direction. Behind the O. This is like going to away from the O. Okay? So I'm drawing this direction. It doesn't mean that it's going as-it, right? Actually, your particle is actually going forward, backward, forward, backward. But of course, if I draw straight lines, you cannot see anything, right? So that's why I draw this way. But it doesn't mean the particle is moving this way. The particle is actually moving forward. T equals to 2, U-turn. Then t equals to 3, go back front again. Understand? So, I know my 2 turning point. One is t equals to 2. And I know my displacement is 14. Over here, t equals to 3. I need to find also. So, we need to sub t equals to 3. And we will have s is equals to 13.5. So 13.5 will be s equals to 13.5. So a lot of times students don't understand what is the s. Displacement and distance is not the same. Displacement is where your particle is with reference to your starting point. Distance is distance. It's two different things. So now look at this is what it means. When t equals to 2, your object is 14 meters away from the origin. And then after that, it turn direction, right? So that means you so-called U-turn already, So at U-turn, that means in another 1 second at t equals to 3, it is now 13.5 away from the O. Okay, so you see, what's the distance travel? So therefore, the distance travel will be equals to the first 2 seconds, of course, from 0 to 14, it travel 14. Now, from the T2 to T3, see, from T2 to T3, it was 14 away from O. Now become 13.5. It means that from here to here, this part here, it actually only travels 0.5. So I put 14 minus 13.5. And therefore, it will be equals to 14.5 meter. Done. Can? Okay, so we are done with all the questions.